My inspiration for running initially was Tom McCord. Tom is a leukemia survivor and has rallied the Northside hockey community to support this cause over the last 4 years, me being the 5th year. My father was a true gentleman and a wonderful role model for me as a young man, and then as a husband, and then as a father. And as I had already committed to this campaign and I had told my father what I was doing, he had CLL and unfortunately passed away last October. So that redoubled my commitment to raise funds for this great cause.
My inspiration for running is my now 13-year-old son, Luke. Luke was diagnosed when he was 3 years old on Mother's Day weekend. Actually, tonight we find it to be a great celebration because it's the 10-year anniversary from the day he was diagnosed. It's a celebration because we have our son to hold. I always said that God put special people in our life to be by our side as we were challenged with Luke's diagnosis. And the same has been true with this campaign. There's no way that any of us could have done this alone. And the people that stepped forward to be a part of it, even still 10 years later, has left me so humbled. It's moved me to tears. And it has been an experience that I will always look back on.
My inspiration for my campaign is my mom, Martha. She was diagnosed with AML in May of last year. She went through several rounds of chemo and underwent successful bone marrow transplant in September of last year. She's a caring mother, a loving wife, a great grandmother, and a lot of things to a lot of people, but above all else, she's a survivor. It's given me a renewed hope and belief that we'll find a cure one day. I truly believe that that day is going to be sooner than people think, and because I have that belief, I think this campaign has given me the motivation to work towards that goal beyond this campaign. I have a personal connection to leukemia, and I don't want anyone else to have that.
My inspiration is a very close family friend. Her name is Lisa Marie, and she's actually battling cancer right now. And I've grown very close to her during this time frame. Lisa is such a wonderful and loving young lady, and she is a second grade school teacher and has given back to so many students over the years. Well, during my campaign, I've reached out and asked for donations, and during those conversations, I've learned how it's impacted so many families, and it's just really opened up my eyes to see just how many have been touched with LLS over the years.
My inspirations for my campaign are my father, Leonard Fromm, who passed away when I was a junior at Butler 2 days before my 21st birthday, and Andrew Smith, my former teammate, passed away last year from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma at 25. And I feel obligated to run because these two guys were a huge impact in my life, and seeing how Samantha, Andrew's wife, has handled it and how my mom has handled being without my dad for the past 4 years, it takes a lot of strength, and I think helping anybody cure this disease and give back to the community is very important, and I'm honored to be in a position to do so.
My inspiration is my brother Chris, who was diagnosed over 20 years ago with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and ALL. He never let it get him down. He was always ready for the next challenge, and I think it's what's made him the person that he is today, and how strong and just kind of a happy, great guy that he is. I think for me to give back in this small window of time, 10 weeks, is nothing in comparison to what LLS is doing and what potentially could save somebody else's life.
Well, I have a business partner. His name's Tony Adams. We both grew up in the masonry business. About 6 years ago, he developed leukemia, a rare type of blood disorder, and basically had to quit the company. Now, he still is the bookkeeper, but he cannot lay bricks with me day to day. If there's anything that we can do as donors to help with a cure for this, I mean, we really must do our best and give our most to get this done.
So initially my inspiration, I immediately thought of my stepfather who passed away from glioblastoma. But in thinking about the campaign and not necessarily having a direct connection to leukemia and lymphoma, I decided to run on community. So as this campaign has continued to grow for me, There's been so many people every day that have been affected, maybe directly or indirectly. And I think that ultimately it's really helped me realize the good in humanity and how we all come together for a common good, because cancer is cancer. So we're all affected in some way.
My inspiration for running in 2017 for Man of the Year is in honor of Jim Fisher. Jim's been a dear friend, client, and mentor of mine for over the last 17 years. And when I was asked to partake in this campaign in his honor, my first response was absolutely. Jim is an honest, loyal, generous individual, and I had the ability to work with him for quite some time and learn many things from him. Unfortunately, Jim lost his battle with lymphoma in March of 2017 after a courageous 29-month battle with this awful disease.
The first time I competed in the Man and Woman of the Year was in 2010. And between now and then, I have come across, mentored, talked to a number of friends and family that are fighting the battle of cancer. Anywhere from my uncle, who is now a survivor, down to a little boy named Drake Williams. To me, Drake Williams is as strong as Incredible Hulk. I know that he's a big fan of the superheroes. I think Spider-Man is his favorite. But to me, every single day, he tries to finish strong. To participate in this campaign came at a perfect time for me in my life, because I was really looking for a way to give back and to help others fight this terrible disease called cancer. So it's not about me. It is about Megan. It is about Drake. It's about all of us in this room and what we can do together to make this campaign ours to fight cancer.